Have you ever admired artwork on a piece of furniture wishing you had the skills to paint something similar only to find out that the artwork is actually decoupage? Which means yes, you can create something similar. Today I'm going to guide you through applying decoupage to a single drawer on an antique vanity. Now I know that sounds simple enough, right? No, it got complicated, but the good news is I learned a few things and I'd like to share them with you. So consider this our Decoupage Plus tutorial. If you're new here, hello, I'm Tracy and welcome to the Fancy Fam. I show up weekly here to offer you DIY inspiration through home decor, thrift flips, and full-on furniture painting projects with a really big focus on bold color and whimsical style. With over a decade of experience in this industry, I've got lots to share with you. If this sounds like something that you would like more of, be sure to give a quick thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. Okay, back to decoupage. Decoupage is simply pasting pieces of paper on any object to make it attractive. Now this art form has been used on furniture since the 17th century. It's not anything new. And I can say for a fact that it was a definite game changer for those of us in the furniture painting world. Nothing about it is difficult as long as you are working on a flat space free of any objects. And that is my project today. This adorable antique kidney-shaped vanity. My design plan is to decoupage the three drawers. The left and the right drawer were a walk in the park once I got around that knob. And they are curved, but they are curved outward, which is convex. But that center drawer, the one we're gonna do today, is concave, which means it's curved inward, and it has that knob that cannot be removed. Fun, fun. Let's do this. First, you choose your paper. This is the lovely Sonnet by Dixie Belle, and you cut to size, always leaving ample room around the outer edges. This can be trimmed away easily, and it is better to have too much than not enough. If the hardware can be removed, which most often it can, you do so before you cut the paper to size. Now these drawers all have a giant knob smack in the middle that I have to work around because I want to keep the knob. Here's a little side note as to why I'm not removing them. So I'm working on an antique vanity that a customer brought to me, and it has this hardware on it, which I freaking love. And it's got these backings on it. I don't know if you can see that, but I've had plenty of these in the past, and if you pop these off, it's like they're put on with a machine that like does them at the same time, like the handle and the back. And the back has these little teeth on it. And in the past, I've thought I could pop this off and I'd still be able to use the hardware. I could just like tap it back in there, but I've never been able to get it to work. So we are gonna use the Keyhole Method. Are you familiar with this? Okay, this is that plus portion of the tutorial I was talking about. It's actually a surgical technique. So we are getting really fancy today, folks. I cut a vertical line straight up the center of the pre-measured paper to where the knob will be. Then I slide that paper down over the knob to check for a good fit. And as you can see, it needed to be cut a bit deeper. Once I had the vertical cut to the correct length, I then made a crisscross cut right where that vertical cut ended, just to allow the paper to lay nicely around that knob stem. Now this allows me to lay the paper completely flat and marry the two pieces back together that are under the knob. This way, we only have to worry about one small seam and not two. I use Dixie Belle's Top Coat in Satin as my adhesive. It works much easier than Mod Podge. Like there's no comparison. It is thick but not gummy. It goes on clear. It dries fast but not too fast. And it still gives you plenty of time to move your paper around should you need to. So just brush on ample amount on your furniture surface and then gently lay down your paper into the position that you want it to be. Try to lay it down from the top to the bottom, but this drawer is so small that I'm able to kind of do it all at once. But if you're working on a larger piece, you will want to decoupage in sections and usually start at the top, applying adhesive along the back as you work your way down. Now, once the paper is down, you can use your fingers to smooth it out, but I prefer this whatchamacallit, which is a silicone spreader by Dixie Belle, but a wadded up piece of cling wrap works really well too. I know it sounds weird, but you should try it. Your fingers tend to pull and tear the paper, where the silicone tool or wrap wad slides easily to smooth out wrinkles. Here's the second part of my Decoupage Plus tutorial. This drawer is convex, which means it doesn't want to lay flat on the drawer. It has tension pulling, not allowing me to smooth it out completely all the way to the edge. So I made these small snips around the paper. If you find yourself trying to decoupage on a curved surface, that just make these little cuts around the outer edges, and it gives your paper just enough slack to lay down on a convex curve. It worked like a charm. Once the paper is flat and the bubbles and wrinkles have been smoothed out, you can then apply a layer of top coat on top of the paper. Again, use your silicone tool or your plastic wrap ball to spread this around and smooth out one last time. Finally, you can remove your excess paper from around the edges. Depending on what type or weight of paper that you're using, you may be able to wet your edge slightly and just gently pull away like magic. This particular paper is heavier weight and needs a bit of sanding with the sanding pad to sort of knock it off the edge. You can see that I just wet the edge with a brush and then I pull down against the edge with the sanding sponge to remove it. It's very easy, and thank goodness, because as you can see, this decorative edge around the bottom of this middle drawer, even with the fancy edge, the finish is clean and crisp. And that's it. I already applied a top coat over the paper, so it's really just a personal preference if you choose to add a second top coat to it or not. Just let it dry and call it done. I also gold leafed those knobs and added a wood bin floral to the center of each one, and it looks beautiful. I love this decoupage paper. It is so soft and feminine and really fits beautifully with the dainty theme of this vanity. We should probably do another decoupage project together soon, but a much simpler one. I hope you feel extra smart by learning the keyhole technique, and maybe it will come handy for you someday in the near future. But for now, I encourage you to seek out some decoupage paper that speaks to you and give it a practice run on something really easy, maybe a wood box or a Lazy Susan. And now it's pretty addicting, so I don't think it'll take too long before you are cutting and pasting away at something much more fancy like we did today. Feel free to leave a comment, hit that button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel for all the good stuff. And don't go away just yet. I have another message for you. I'll see you next time. For those of you that are looking for a deeper dive into home decor and DIY processes, I would love to invite you to join my exclusive online creative group, Curiously Creative, where I show up via live video very often to guide you through every step of updating, upcycling, crafting, and creating the most on-trend home decor and gift-giving ideas. You can find that link right here and in the video description below.